Top 10 The Most Unbelievable Places That Actually Exists Part 1. There are many outlandish places on Earth where natural wonders are found that contradict our concept of the world. Someone sees in this the intervention of aliens and otherworldly forces, while scientists are racking their brains over a rational explanation. Sometimes they, of course, succeed, but the Earth is not ready to reveal all its secrets. Top-10 has selected 15 locations on our planet where phenomena that seem impossible from a scientific point of view occur. Vidhu Island, Maldives. If the Maldives still does not seem to you a magical paradise of our planet, then we advise you to visit the Vidhu Islands at night. Its distinctive feature is the brightly glowing waves at night, running on the shore and leaving shining stars on the sand. When the sun sets, the Vidhu Islands and the surrounding waters are covered with a magical glowing bluish pigment, from which the waves turn neon at night. The smallest microorganisms, phytoplankton called dino flags, interacting with oxygen begins to glow, resembling the starry sky. Crooked Forest, Poland. Sometimes nature takes on strange forms. At first glance, 400 pines in a forest in northwestern Poland seem ordinary, but under the canopy of foliage, weirdly curved trunks are hidden, as if in a fairy tale. The trees have the same even bend at the root, turned to the north. The phenomenon of the curved forest has not yet been explained from the point of view of science. Despite the bizarre appearance, nothing prevented the trees from reaching the height normal for pines. Some scientists believe that the reason for this was the damage to the pines when they were still sprouts. Although the rest of the trees in this forest are of normal shape. The trees were planted in the 1930s, and it is logical to ask the question why the local population does not know anything about the weirdness of the forest. During the Second World War, local settlements were destroyed. Work on the rebuilding of cities here began only in the 1970s. A number of tourists come to this area to enjoy the views of nature. It is impossible to solve the riddle of the curved forest. Confluence of Rhone and Arve rivers, Switzerland. Rhone and Arve are two beautiful rivers, the waters of which differ in color. In Geneva, the second most popular city in Switzerland, they meet and create a unique natural phenomenon of water. Rhone is blue, and Arve's waters are brown. Besides the color of the river, they also differ in the density of the water. Therefore, even in the same channel, the waters of the rivers do not mix. In addition, the Rhone River originates in the peaks of the Alps. The Arve River originates from glaciers. The Black Sea Undersea River. A group of divers discovered an unusual natural phenomenon at the bottom of the Black Sea. They found a full-fledged river with bends, rapids and waterfalls that are so common near land rivers, and although the river at the bottom of the Black Sea is the most famous, there are also 7 other similar rivers. For example, one of them is located off the coast of Mexico. Ice Caves, Iceland. These 12 kilometers long caves are located on a glacier Mendenhall, Alaska near Juneau, has 38 individual glaciers of varying sizes. They form a kind of suite, a whole ice palace. Although from the outside, the area is unremarkable. However, despite the nondescript surface, in the depths of the caves there are places where a tourist can see the water cycle with his own eyes. The glacier is a delightfully bright blue. The blue color of the walls was acquired due to air bubbles frozen in the thickness of the ice, which scatter all the colors of the sun's rays. Potomsky Crater, Russia. A geologist who studied a mountain range in the Irkutsk region 65 years ago could hardly imagine that he was destined to discover one of the most mysterious phenomena on the planet. A crater of regular shape, with convex hills in the center of the summit, reminiscent of an eagle's nest with an egg. It was discovered in 1949. Various assumptions have been put forward, ranging from a nuclear explosion to a secret uranium deposit with miners prisoners from a gulag, and even a meteorite fall. Hundreds of rock samples were taken from the crater. The analysis made it possible to refute the version of a nuclear explosion, since the background radiation of the crater was low. Also, no trace of uranium was found nearby. Despite the fact that this volcano is not real, it can still be called alive. They constantly change their height. Those who have visited it report that in spring the trees near the crater bud faster than usual. Some even claim that they feel strange tiredness and apathy near the volcano. In 2005, one of the expedition members died of a heart attack. Not far from the dam crater, perhaps it was a coincidence. Underwater waterfall. Mauritius. One of the most mesmerizing, impressive and romantic manifestations of nature. The underwater waterfall is located off the coast of Africa and North America. They are created by the force of the current located in those places. However, we will reveal the secret of such a unique look. In fact, this is just an optical illusion. Such optical illusion is caused by natural landscapes, coral reefs, silt and sand deposits. All this is driven by strong underwater currents, creating streams, vortex jets and amazing cascades of a fake waterfall. The effect is truly delightful. The impression is that water jets fall into the very abyss of the Indian Ocean. Kawah Ijen volcano. Indonesia. This is the only volcano in the world with blue lava located on the island of Java. This extraordinary phenomenon is explained by the release of a large amount of hydrogen sulfide, which at a temperature of 600 degrees burns with a blue flame and seems to flow down the slopes of the mountain. You can see this miracle of nature only at night. Sargasso Sea. Every sea on our planet is completely, or almost entirely, surrounded by land. Except for one. There is a sea in the North Atlantic Ocean, exception to the rule. Named after Sargassa, a brown algae abundantly inhabiting the waters of this sea. The Sargasso Sea is the only sea in the world without shores, limited to 4 sea currents. Bermuda Triangle. This mysterious triangle is located between the Bermuda Islands of Florida and the port of Raikkow. A scientific explanation for the anomalies occurring in this area has not yet been found. Many ships, helicopters disappeared without a trace and inexplicably in this region. Scientists attribute these disappearances to the intervention of supernatural forces. Others blame everything on the human factor. This area in the southern United States first became known after U.S. Army Torpedo Unit 19 mysteriously disappeared from radar. The pilots informed the controllers that the magnetic compass was out of order and were supposedly flying near Florida. The disappearance of a link of 5 torpedo bombers gave reason to believe that magnetic anomalies in the triangle area were the cause of a possible crash. During the expedition, Christopher Columbus also noted this region in his records as inexplicable behavior of the compass in these waters. Just think about it. Thousands of people have gone missing in a narrow triangle over the past 1,000 years. Hope you find it interesting. Like, subscribe to the channel.